Evaluation of Love, episode 19. Miss Polly out here causing trouble as always.
No, no.
No, I mean Miss Polly has more hair than usual today. You know, she getting her herbal essence on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We see you, Miss Polly. We see you. You know.
Mm,
Hopefully, you're
mm,
not out
mm.
here causing trouble and snatching
No.
people's spirit and everything else. But and souls and all that. But to be real. This is Evaluation of Love, episode 19.
I did do that.
Miss Polly, how are you doing today? Are you okay? You good?
A lot. Lies, a lot.
What?
Well, I didn't do
Oh my
anything.
goodness. So that means she did everything. Now listen, with that being said, right, we're gonna get into this topic, right? As I'm looking at these highlights and the NBA referee is screwing another team over. I'm telling you, NBA referees need to be shot. I'm gonna say it again. Okay, they didn't screw them. All
Wait,
right,
oh
cool.
my gosh,
Um,
sir.
but anyway, yeah, I know I
Sir.
said it. I said it. But no, really. Um, we're gonna get into our topic, man. You know what I mean? All right. So our topic today is how does a man's insecurity ruin relationships? Yeah, we're gonna talk about the insecure brothers today. I try to keep the conversation diverse, but today we got to focus on on the brothers today. We got to focus on the brothers. All the brothers come in the room. All right. If you're a brother and you're watching this pre-record, yes, this one is for you. If you're insecure, okay. If you're secure, it ain't for you. But if you're insecure, it's definitely for you. Okay. Now, I'm gonna say this, right? Matter of fact, ladies first. Ladies first. Miss Polly, how
Really
does
don't.
a man insecurities, right? How does that ruin a relationship?
Mm, mm. I will say that, gentlemen, most of y'all are gonna say, I'm not insecure. I think that's what the problem is gonna be. Acknowledgement of an issue is the first step to all recovery, right? So acknowledgement. How do I categorize it? Hurting things? Insecurity within yourself in general will hurt you, um, because you're constantly in a place of thinking you're not good enough. Um, Constantly, you're constantly thinking how you're not good enough, how someone else can be better than you. And I think that has a lot to do with the reason why. Listen, don't judge me. It has a lot to do with some of the reasons that men um, get into a situation where they like to feel like they're not only the one, but the number one. And there's a difference between the two. Being the one is different than being number one. Because number one is like you want to be the everything, the best at everything. And I think that has a lot to do with that issue with people saying, now the body count thing. I listen, I'm not fighting that. That's not the conversation we're having. I think a lot of reasons why people bring that up is because if a person that you're with can compare you to anything else, and let's say you are a man that you a dog. I ain't talking about sexual performance. I'm about, you do girls dirty sometimes, right? You don't treat them the best. But if she knows or could find out about how someone else could treat her better, then she would leave you. That's an insecurity because now you don't want her to have those experiences. You don't want her to figure out that that's how you should do it because then it puts you at a disadvantage to continue your bullshit. Okay. And once again, it could also put you in a situation if it was an essential matter. If someone else is better than you, which there always will be someone better than you. There always will be one. But in your mind, like if you're not the best, then you're not good at all. So I think that plays a big toll on things. And it's just a struggle. It's just a struggle. It's not just men, but it's a struggle. We're talking about men today, so We're gonna keep it on men. And so it's just a struggle with insecurities. You have to work on those things and just be okay with who you are. You're okay with who you are and where you are and where you're going, and it'll be fine. I'm gonna say that. That's my little piece for now.
Oh, man, I'm glad Miss Polly shared what she shared. Listen. Okay, I'll say this, right? I think a lot of times men are insecure because they are comparing themselves to other men, right? Not are they only compare because men are competitive, right? So they compare themselves to each other. They, if a man's athletic and he's getting all the women, they feel a certain way. There's a guy, he's getting all the money, they feel a certain way. He's driving a certain car, they feel a certain way. And my thing is that, comparison is the thief of joy. You know what I'm saying? So you're comparing yourself to somebody that you don't know their life, you don't really know their ins and outs, you don't know their struggles or what they really deal with on a regular basis. You're looking from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? So you don't really know this person like that. You just seeing them do certain stuff. A lot of times, a lot of guys be stunting and fronting, right? So they be stunting and fronting at the same time. But a lot of times you guys won't know that because you are so enthralled with this man, which I think is kind of borderline, playing for the team, but it is what it is, right? My thing is that you should not be so tied up with another guy and what he's doing that it makes you feel away. You know what I mean? Or if you're insecure because you feel like that you don't measure up for whatever reason, or like you feel like you're not as good looking or as popular or whatever. It's like, you should just try to find somebody who fits the mold. Trust me, there are communities of people out here where you can literally find a woman who is a nerd or who is socially awkward just like you. There are communities like this. There's Facebook communities, there's stuff online. You can find somebody to fit you. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna, you're gonna get married and all that. I ain't say all that. All right. But I'm saying there's options out there. So a lot of times men too, a lot of times you want someone or you want something that's not for you at all. And you think that because if you get money or I've seen ridiculous things where men are so insecure, they get them little knee replacement things. I don't know if you've seen them, Miss Polly. They'll have a little knee replacement thing, and they will get their whole knee replaced just to get some height. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, like you doing all that for nothing. You doing all that for nothing, dude. The Pacers freaking beat the Cavs. Yes. But you're doing all that for nothing. I knew there was gonna be these bums. These dudes is bums. But yeah, you're doing all that for nothing. All you gotta do is find your woman that likes a short man. There are women who like short men, right? I don't really know too many, but there are women who like short men. Okay? All right. There are women who like men who don't really have a job and don't have nothing going on. She just wants you there, baby. You know what I mean? She just wants you there for whatever she wants you there for. Maybe you can clean the house. Maybe you can, help her out with certain things. You know what I mean? She just wants a man, okay?
No, we ain't gonna let Mr. Best say that women want men without jobs. Nope, we is not gonna let you do that. No, we're not. No, ain't nobody out here saying I want a man without no job.
They're not saying it, but they do it. But they do want. They just want somebody there. They don't really care. Wow. They just want a man. They just want a man. Okay. They just want a man, and if he's willing to be there, he treat her right, and he ain't yelling at her and get on the nerves, she'll take him. She will take him like somebody taking something off a clearance rack. Okay. All right. Like she will take him.
Wow. You just took that man's half off?
I'm telling you, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to, whatever it is, right? She'll take him. Now listen, right?
So don't let Mr. Best. Don't let Mr. Best.
Listen. The only reason y'all feel away as men is because, like I said, you want things, or you compare yourself to other people, or you want a woman, or you want things in your life that don't fit you, right? You want something that don't fit you, and because you know it don't fit you, now you feel insecure. Now you're mad. Now you're upset. But all that could be avoided, bro. Just find the things in life that fit you. There's no way to be insecure. And the worst part is when you insecure and you jealous. Like, yo, when you insecure and jealous, like
Oh Lord.
I can't even be around you as another man. Like I don't want to see you. I don't want. Look what Ti said in ATL. I don't want to see you.
Too
I don't
much.
want to skate with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to do nothing with you. If you are jealous, insecure as a man, I want nothing to do with you, bro. Like literally, because a jealous, insecure man is a dangerous man. You wind up doing something crazy to somebody, and they like, yo, like you didn't have to even do all that. Like hell, we probably could have, you probably could have, worked this thing out. Hell, we probably could have shared, bro. Like, it ain't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And we could have shared money. We could have shared whatever. You know what I mean? It ain't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So, this is a lot of times you guys are jealous and insecure, man, and it's just for no reason. And then, especially when it comes to being I'm gonna land here. Especially when we become jealous and insecure when it comes to like celebrity men, like. And like y'all really get mad, like you really, it's like you like I hate Drake, or I hate Michael B. Jordan. Idris Elba's not a good actor. Like you really go in, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like I could see that it's really because you're jealous and insecure, and that's just sad, man. Because this person's in Hollywood. You don't know what they're doing. Hell, you don't even know if this person really like women, right? They could be on a whole different type of time. But you are jealous and insecure of the image that this man has laid out for you. You know what I mean? And that's just a shame. You know what I mean? And from there, I'll land it. And Miss Polly, you could refute, debate.
Okay.
What you got to say?
Debate.
Oh God, just
Wow.
want to debate. Come on now.
Other thing we're gonna add on since you kind of start driving. We're talking about matching. I always talk about this
Sure.
usually. Listen, first off, we're gonna promote something. I know I don't promote my own channel like hardly, but I will today. I am going to start putting out some more content. While I'm going through things, I never really like to speak on those things because I feel like you should have a moment to be in your process and in your moment when you're doing things, and then you evaluate and then you talk about it. Because doing it in the process, that's a little bit wrong with reality TV and stuff. Because while you're going through the process, you sometimes can be a version of yourself that you don't really like, or you're going through something and you make mistakes and you don't really get to have that process without the judgment, because we all make mistakes, we all think about things, and after you self-evaluate, you can still talk about what you did wrong or what you could correct, but you have that time to then not be in the actual moment and actually have that reflection time. So with that being said, and we're talking about this topic, one of the things is someone who's insecure, which I dealt with partners. One of the partners I'm no longer with is that insecurity.
Polly, can I give you your flowers real quick? Can I give you flowers real quick? I want to give you flowers.
Oh,
This
sure.
this is from me and everybody else who's glad that you're making content again. All right. We just want to say thank you, Miss Polly. Okay, we want to say thank you. And yes, you are a nice lady, and we do appreciate you. Okay, this is for you, Miss Polly. Here we go.
Thank you. You fuck too kind.
Thank you, Miss Polly. Thank you.
I see. I appreciate that. Yes, we gotta talk. I mean, because even though I talk about poly relationships, a lot of people think it's just poly, but talk about relationships in general. And this can happen even in monogamy, right? So someone who deals with that, which I dealt with someone who was very, very insecure. And to be all honest, he had the right to be. He wasn't necessarily in the place that he should have been. And everyone has their own time to get to where they need to be. Don't get me wrong. But instead of being like, hey, I just need to get in that place, I'm not there yet, and just accepting that and then proceeding accordingly, he would try to put it on me or other people, and it had nothing to do with anyone else. If you're not okay with who you are as a person, where you are in your life, work-wise, where you are look-wise, where you are in your life, financially, whatever, you know what you're able to do and capable of, and some people just don't think they'll ever be enough, and they try to either two things. They'll try to make you lower yourself so that they can feel as close or equal to you as possible. Or, and if you don't know what I mean by that, there are some people who are like they're in a certain place in their life. They're like, oh, I'm always going to be in this place, which is fine if you are. But if they have someone else in their life who is doing a lot more things or, progressing, they're, doing this and that, they could feel left out and like they're being left behind because they know, or I won't even say they know, or they think that they no longer are a valuable person to you. And when I mean by that, they may not think that because you could see value in them. But if they say, hey, if I was her, I wouldn't value me. If you do that, or say, oh yeah, if I was that woman, I wouldn't want me. And if that person gives you attention, you'll be like, oh, that's a lie. Because you yourself don't feel good about you and where you are. Or you know that you could do better, but you're not there. And that is something that is hard to deal with because no matter what you do as a person who is with that other person, you can't fix that issue. If that makes sense. Like I can't make you be a better you. I could try to be positive, affirmations all day, but if you're not okay with you, there's nothing I can do. It's something that you have to fix on your own. And couples sometimes try to do it together, and that's okay too. But a lot of times, a lot of those struggles that we have about ourselves, who we are, you can't do them with other people. You can't fix those. And sometimes, honestly, sometimes you even need to not be with someone.
But Miss Polly, right? If
while you're trying to,
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say if they're that insecure, doesn't that show that they're just it's like a show of immaturity, right? Because if I'm mature and I'm content with who I am, right? And you're giving me love. You're giving me the love that I've always been wanting, right? I've always been asking for. I'm getting it now from you. And I still am not, appreciating it, or I'm still like, I'm not really taking it in. Doesn't it show that I just need to grow and I need to mature so that I can basically take in the love that's been given to me, right? If I'm wrong.
I think that's an oxymoron because it's like if you thought you were secure with who you are, if you really were, you would never try to be upset with someone else who's in a different place. So let's say I'm very content in work. Let's just say I'm content at where I work. Let's say I work at McDonald's, just for example. I work at McDonald's. I'm content with working at McDonald's. I'm okay with what I look like. I'm okay with my daily today. If I meet someone and they're working at, a IT tech place and they're making like 3 times the amount I'd make, and I'm with them, if I was okay with it, it'd never be an issue. It's an issue because I think something is wrong with it. There wouldn't be an issue if you were content and happy with who you are and where you are. You would never have the issue. Now, the other person may have the issue with where you are. And then you can be like, oh, damn, that's kind of rude. I'm fine with where I'm at. And if you're not, that's okay. That's a very secure person who they are, where they are in life. If you're not okay with it, that means even though you're saying you're okay, you're really not. Something's still not okay. Because you would then say, hey, if I, like a lot of people do that and they don't recognize they're doing that. Especially women who work more than them. I'm not saying it's everyone, but a lot of times, yeah, it's gender roles, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you guys are both working, but she makes more than you and she does, better than you and socially and all that, if you're having a real big struggle with her being able to get invited to parties and all that, and you feel like, oh, she said, oh, let's go to the Christmas party and stuff like that, and you don't have a Christmas party, you're just like a regular worker, and you're having a real struggle with coming and feeling like, sometimes we'll say the bitch, because the reason why you're feeling that way is because you feel like if you were her, you wouldn't date you.
Now, isn't
that bothers you?
Isn't that? Yeah, it definitely bothers people, but isn't that a lot to do with like society pressures as well? Like society is pressuring. They're pressuring people to feel
it could be a pressure for gender roles. Well, that's what I'm saying. Gender roles tell a man they should do that. But if you were secure, that's the issue. You cannot be secure in who you are and what you're doing on a daily basis, and then in the same word say, well, my wife makes more than me or my girlfriend makes more than me, and that bothers me. You're not secure with it.
Facts. but hold on. But is it okay?
So
But and that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. If you're the woman and you're making the bulk of the money, right? And I'm a man, and I'm let's say I'm mostly at home, right? And but I'm doing things in the home, like I'm not just sitting there, like I'm making sure the home is taken care of, right? You know what I mean? I'm cleaning the house. I'm making sure things in the house are done, right? And I'm doing all those type of things, right? Like, cool, like we agreed upon that. But I think people feel like they gotta be the guy who pay. I've heard men say, "I'm gonna pay for literally everything," and in my mind, I'm like, you cannot live in a major American city saying that. You must live in the middle of nowhere. Like you must live in a place where there's like one Walmart, maybe one Target, maybe
Yeah.
a 99-cent stove. That's about it. But you do not live in a major American city, sir. You don't, because if you live in a major American city, you already know that you have to pay to play. You gotta pay to just live. You know what I mean? And just to be out here. You know what I mean? And if you're not paying to be out here, then guess what? You are going to suffer, right? So if you're gonna pay, bro, if you're gonna pay everything in a major American city, you gotta be on some Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos type of time. Like your bag gotta be bagging, okay? Like
I
you
want
gotta
to
be
put this
doing
out
some
there.
trade, huh?
I got to put this out there. Warren Buffett decided to retire. Okay, just want to put that out there. I'll let y'all continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Polly, I'm glad you are letting us know that he is
Well, I
retired.
mean, you talk about Bill Gates. I'm saying Warren. That's a big thing. It's a big thing because the Oracle himself has decided to
Mm,
step down. Okay, and
mm,
he made a lot of moves last year and the year before
mhm.
financially, and I think a lot of people were like, "Well, what's going on?" Because the way he moves really sets precedents to future things. So when you're saying that, so anything way he was moving, it could have been because he was getting ready to retire. He's all about making money while you sleep. So what I'm trying to say is,
Facts.
we ain't there. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
bunch of
we're not.
those a lot of
Most,
these movements
most
people
of
are
us are not.
watching.
Most of us are not there, Miss Polly. Most Americans are not there. You know
I
what I
know,
mean? And we
bro.
gotta stop. We gotta
I
stop
know.
being fooled. Right now, I'm looking at a commercial that's showing a Range Rover. Ain't nobody out here trying to get no Range Rover. You know how much that car costs? Like how much that vehicle costs itself?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they is. They just going in debt. We in so much debt. It don't make how the country in debt and we all in debt trying to pay the country back for something. It don't make sense. We in debt
not at
that
all.
you are not in debt. And it's so wild to me is that we just basically to feel like you're living decent, you are in debt. And then when you die, most of the time you're dying in debt. And even when you die, you get these insurance plans and all this, it pays off all the debt and don't even go to the next generation so they can start fresh.
Mm. But see, that's the thing.
So
We're not recognizing that, and then because we're not recognizing that, now you got people, now you got brothers out here feeling that they have to put themselves in debt because they're insecure because somebody is telling them, right, that in order to have a nice date, you got to take a woman to Ruth Chris, or you got to take a woman to high end places. That for me, if I'm taking somebody there, high end, yeah, we either are engaged or we're already married. Like that is it.
I
I'm
haven't
not
been there. Is
taking
that
you.
special or something? Is it special?
Well,
I
listen,
don't know.
listen, listen.
You know.
Well, listen. I know you have your views on marriage, Miss Polly, and I'm not disagreeing with you. You know what I mean? I'm not disagreeing
No, I
with
just
how you
asked
feel.
is Ruth Chris good?
I heard it's good. Benny Hanna's, Ruth Chris, Baker Chow, whatever, whatever these restaurants is, Crustaceans, all these nice restaurants, these high-end restaurants that everybody keep talking about, right? Or they want to go shopping
Okay.
at the market, right? They think called the market. They like to go shopping in all these high-end places, right? That people expect when you first meet them to me is asinine. It doesn't make any sense. I'm making a financial investment due to what? What am I financially investing in? And who am I financially investing in? And why? You know what I mean? All these things are things that men, if you're gonna be out here and you are okay with spending this money, you gotta ask yourself why. Why are you okay with spending this money? Right? What makes this person qualified? Because if things go wrong, right? I'm trying not to say nobody's name. If things go wrong, you just may end up on a viral clip. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say the brother name. You know what I mean? I ain't got no beef with him. I don't want to feel away. But you may have a viral clip of you being mad because you had put all this money. Let me stop, man. Let's probably go ahead.
I did listening to.
Salute to
Yeah,
the brothers,
you
man,
know.
playing high stakes poker and spending their money on these girls like that, man. Salute to the brothers, man. You know
Listen,
what
stop. Please. We talk about insecurities. Do not spend money when you don't have it,
I mean?
unless you're trying to take like your wife out on a trip or something. You just try to do it one time, and most of the time that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one should go in debt. But listen, I'm talking all this smack. But I mean, I'm a giver, but you can't go in debt. You got to stop going into debt. We got to figure out how to make the money first. Okay, young men out there, please don't go in debt. I know y'all don't want to hear Miss Polly talking. I'll talk cash money. I'm out here trying to represent positive. I want you to be smart. We're already going to be going through financial tightness. I'm gonna call it tightness, not crisis. It's tightness. It's already hard to live out here with even two people. So being foolish and reckless. First off, a woman who's really interested in you should not want to see you in financial ruin. Give her what she wants, knowing that you can only do it for a short time because she's only trying to suck you dry. That is the nature of a real succubus. It's out of pocket. And to leave you with nothing is wow. Wow.
But here's the thing.
And women.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ms. Polly, right? Let me say this before you get on the ladies, right? Because I want to piggyback off that point. Some men feel like they have to do this, right? Especially if they from a religious ilk, right? So you're part of a religion, and the religion is telling you that you have to treat this woman a certain way. If you don't, then you're not obeying God. And so the man now, right? He feels he has to do this, right? I gotta take it to the nicest place. I gotta have this type of car or vehicle. I gotta take it to the beach. I gotta have this. I gotta have a pool. I gotta have that. I gotta have a dang near $500,000 car or RV or pool or sauna, or I gotta take it to all these vacations, right? I gotta do this because if I don't, I'm not obeying God, right? And these are things that happen to brothers. So a lot of times brothers may not want to. They may be like, damn, I don't even want to spend money on this. Like, I really don't. Like, this don't make no sense. Like, why am I spending money? But they break that religious elk out. You know what I mean? And because I'm not even gonna talk about the books themselves. I'm gonna just say because the books themselves don't even talk about none of that stuff, right? But they'll try to use the book itself to make you feel guilty, right? They'll use the book and they say, hey, you're not honoring me as a spouse, right? You're not loving me because you will not take me to go to San Diego, right? I want to go to San Diego. I want to go to SeaWorld. I want to go here, there, and there. I want to go to Legoland in San Diego. And you're not taking me, so you're not obeying me. You're not obeying God, right? Whatever God you believe in, because you don't want to take me to Legoland. And some brothers will fall into this, man, because they feel like they have to, right? They feel like they have to. Or some brothers, they don't have no other options. All they have is that woman, right? They don't have nobody else, so they feel like, yo, I gotta do this. If I don't do this, she gonna leave. And someone will threaten them of leaving, right? They'll catch an attitude or they'll threaten them, right? Mm-hmm. So they feel like, yo, I gotta do this, yo. If I don't do this, then yo, she gonna, yo, I'm not only am I in sin, but she gonna leave. right? So this is what you
Wow.
what you're talking about. Is probably is a real thing. It's the manipulation, right? That men get manipulated, and that's when and the insecurity will kick in double time. Now I'm already feeling inadequate. Now it's kicking in even more because now you're telling me that I got to do all these luxurious things just to make you, just to for us to have a relationship. I know a man right now, right? I'm gonna say this, right? I know a man right now. This brother done been he done this brother done been on vacation throughout the weekend. This brother trying to plan stuff for the end of the month. He trying to plan. He's trying to plan all these things just to keep this person
Crazy.
happy, and they are still not happy, right? Because we talked about this before, Miss Polly. Sometimes, and this is what you got to see, brothers, and this is why we say you don't need to be insecure. Sometimes you'll be with somebody who don't really want to, like Miss Polly was talking about, she don't really like you. She don't want to be with you. She's just using you, bro. She using you, and you don't even see it. She using you, bro. Everybody else can see it around you, but you can't see it. She using you, and that's sad. You know what I mean? That's real sad, and I hate to see brothers like that. No matter the age, I hate to see them like that. But sometimes, brothers, y'all being used, man. Y'all don't even know, and then y'all feel insecure because y'all being used by somebody who don't even love you, who just there for what you got. But yeah, I'll land there. Go, Miss
Crazy.
Polly.
No, I mean, I understand. And he said the ladies, we talk about ladies to be giving out money. I've been seeing the prison shows I've been watching lately. That's one bad thing. But women also in general, paying for a man's companionship. Because,
That joint is crazy.
everybody a little bit. Listen, paying for a man's companionship, all this foolishness is silly. Paying for anyone's companionship is to me foolish. I know we're all like, oh, everything's ran by that, whatever. Listen, if I have to literally pay you to hang out with me, that's a service. Okay, that's a service. And on top of that, some people are paying for bad service. That's some BS. Paying for bad service.
But hold on. But what if they both agree? Like, what if they're okay, and what if the person knows it's a service, and everybody's okay with it?
No. That's fine. I'm talking about bad service. These women out here are paying for a man to come to their house and hang out for a week. That man bring his PlayStation to their house. He said for the whole weekend. And he stayed at the house. He eating all the food. She had to pay for everything. And he ain't even paying her any attention at all. And then he give her D. And then he go. So if that's what you're paying for, I mean, at least pay for it good, because you can go to a man who get real paid for that. Go ahead and get yourself a real date, and get the full service. If you gonna do it,
is he cleaning the house? Is he doing any laundry? Is he doing anything?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. You might as well go pay for a real service. I ain't gonna pay for some man come on my house, take off his shoes, dirty up my house, act like he's taught me all kinds of ways. And I'm paying for him to eat. He used the internet. Nothing but acting wild. I don't know. Listen, if I'm paying, I need top tier. I need top tier if I'm gonna pay. If I'm gonna pay, I need full service, sir. I need him. These girls out here complaining. They're like, oh, he don't eat it and all this. He just come over, girl. He talk me all wild. He be on the phone with other girls around there. You a lie. That phone better be off. Your mouth better be ready to go, and you need to be ready to do some things. Because I'm not. What you're not gonna do is get paid for BS. You ain't getting paid to play. You getting paid for a service, and you need to provide the service. Okay.
I'm not going to repeat
They need a Google review.
That's for you brothers out there.
They need a Google review. Where's his Google review? You need, because he ain't just playing with you. So find out who else he playing with, because y'all girls gonna be detectives out here. Why don't you detective-wise who the hell he messing with? Ask her what his Google review is. Ma'am, I know you out here dating the same man I'm dating. What's his Google review, ma'am? Is he giving out 6 stars? I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's fair. Polly. A lot of times they're not gonna do that review. You know why? Because a lot of times, right? A lot of them, they are okay with Leroy and the crew. They're okay with him. They're okay with that. They are okay with being talked to.
I said she can be okay.
No, but some women want to be talked down to. It's a weird thing for me. I don't understand this, right? I understand somebody
Okay,
wants
see,
to
they
be
want to be
in
degraded. I mean, you still got to pay for
Yeah,
that, though. We got a service agreement. We need a service agreement
they don't
prior to
even care
this.
about that. They, like I said, some of them just want somebody there, or some of them, they're happy. And I listen. I've seen this. Okay, this is not. I'm not lying. I got men in my family that do this. I'm sorry that I'm saying this, but I have to. There are men in my family that women just want to be around them because they that this man has in their mind become somebody that's cool, right? He in that little town he the superstar, and every woman want to be with him. I'm telling you, I got family members like that. Where this guy is the neighborhood
Okay.
hero, everybody love him, right? You know what I mean? Shout out to my
Oh, you say
family. I
he a
love it.
neighborhood hoe? Okay, he a neighborhood hoe. Okay.
No, he ain't no neighborhood hoe. He neighborhood hero.
You just said
He
he was a
neighborhood
neighborhood
hero.
hoe.
No, he neighborhood
Hoe.
hero.
What
Everybody
hoe?
loves him. Everybody loves
Okay,
him.
but he give out D to more than one person?
I'm not gonna disclose that. But
Okay, so
all I'm
he
gonna
a
say,
hoe, and we gonna stand on business.
why how can he be a hoe if people are willingly letting him do whatever he wants to do? I don't think he's a
I mean,
hoe.
you can still
I
be.
don't think
I
he's
mean,
a hoe.
prostitutes are still prostitutes if you get your prostitute. It's still what it is. He can be a mom and be a prostitute. He can be a hero and be a hoe. I mean, what's the difference?
Listen, they whoever
Okay.
whoever this person is, well, I'm not gonna say it. They love this man. Okay, they love him. He can do no wrong. He can do no wrong. In their eyes, he can do no wrong, right? And they want to be with him, like I said, because he is the neighborhood hero, right? He the neighborhood celebrity. He's a celebrity out there in this neighborhood, right? He's a celebrity. They love him. He
Okay.
taking pictures, all that. He go to the
Okay.
store. Everybody know his name. He
Mhm.
go to the store. Everybody know him when he go to the store. Everybody know. People,
Okay.
they love him so much. People paying for his stuff in the store. They ain't won't let him pay. Your money ain't good here. We got you, baby. You know
Wow.
what I mean?
Okay.
And but some women, they are attracted, right, to the glamorization of a person, right? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You about to faint because you just seen Michael B. Jordan in the mall. You about to faint, right? I know a married
Wow.
woman who almost broke a big screen TV because Michael B. Jordan came on the screen. She was so enthralled with this man.
Wow.
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. She said, "Oh my gosh, we was a Super Bowl party." I was like, "Yo, relax. Like he not coming. He not gonna jump out the screen. Nigga, like chill." You know what I mean? But some
I
people are
mean,
so enthralled
she
by
might.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she woke up, right? But you know what I mean? Like some people are
Oh.
so enthralled with people. They're so enthralled, right? That they
Yeah.
believe, right? That this person is it. This person is a cat's meow, and you can't tell them no different, right? You know, they are like, yo, this is it for me. And if I ever get a chance to be around him, it would change my life. You know what I mean? And he gonna choose me. He gonna choose me. This is what they believe. Is it delusional? Yes, Miss Polly, it's very delusional, right? But some women believe this. You know what I mean? Some women believe this. They believe that yo, he gonna choose me. You know what I mean? Yes, I know. Yes, I know he has a woman like
Lord
Holly Berry.
Craven.
I don't care. He gonna choose me. You know why he gonna choose me? Because I'm special. You know what I mean?
The delusion is real. And you know what I'm saying?
Delusion is very real.
Yeah, I got you.
But this
Oh,
is how
more.
some people.
Mr. Best. Well, I will say this. What was you gonna say?
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, okay. So I'm just saying, I agree. I know we've been trying to make our shows not as long. So to wrap up, I do think that you said what makes men insecure or hurt relationships. I think they need to really self-evaluate and feel good and comfortable with who they are, regardless of what someone else thinks. Because there's going to always be somebody who doesn't think you're cute. Someone who always thinks you're not making enough. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't think you're the shit. They don't think you're cute enough. They're, and most men understand that you can't do things about certain things. You can't only change certain things. And there's other things you can't change, and it just is what it is. Most of the time, the insecurity happens with women because they actually have a lot more ability to change those things, or they have the mind that they can change a lot of things. They can, down to changing your cookie cat. There's women I hear who've been on OnlyFans. I've been seeing things where they're on OnlyFans and they've had thousands of bodies, and they're like, I'll get myself free, my, Wahoo rejuvenated. And then basically what they do is go down there and they basically sew everything back. And what they do is they go, well, every man who's had me, and now I'm going to stop OnlyFans. I got my money. And now the person who's with me at that point, I get to start over. And what's funny to me is a lot of people only count the physical part, which is part of it too, physically being touched by, lots of people. But the mental part of being in an interaction with someone also is there. And so they're only dealing with the part that they can deal with. But anyway, that's another story. We can have that another conversation, which would be a good one, about how people are reconstructing things. Men are getting their wahoo lengthened and all that, and trying to all this celibacy to start over, all these things that people are trying to do to take away from their interactions in that way. But anyway, back to this is that you have to be secure with who you are. If you're not, you're just not. And if you need to work on that, and by working on that means you're not where you think you should be, work to get to that place where you think you should be. And that's the only thing you can do. Or accept who you are and know that it can't be changed, and be very comfortable with it. And then that way, if someone ever comes in and is like, oh, you just don't look that attractive. Okay, well, so are you going to date me or not? It's not a problem. It's like, are you going to date me or not? And if you don't want me, then okay, go ahead, move out the way so that other people can come. And we just have to get to that place for most of us. So, like you said, even women who are trying to change the way they look, their butts, their stomachs, a lot of women who are older, the first thing they do is try and change all of these physical features about themselves so they can get a restart button on things that don't need to really be restarted. They should be very okay and secure with who they are. And a lot of women struggle with acceptance of getting older. And I'm not saying you don't want to look your best, because hey, if you got some gray hair, you want to throw some color on there to make it all look as one color until all your gray goes and whatever. Anybody cares? But I'm talking about like changing your physical features, doing surgeries and things like that can compromise your health. There's women who die from these things, and hurting your body. Even not taking care of your body is an insecurity. So you're not thinking well of yourself or working on things. So we want to work hard to achieve, the best you, and that should be your goal always. And it's to work on trying to be the best you, and that's all you can really do. That's it. So I don't know if Mr. Best fell off or he put me on the big screen, but yeah, working on being the best you is my advice, and focus on what you can control. That's all you can really do. All right. So I don't know if Mr. Best